The Minnesota Media Archive is brought to you by North Metro TV. Your support helps make the archive possible. Please consider a one-time donation.
Run demo. Insert tape. Loading. Playing. Transferring video. Recording. Disc ready. Transfer your videotapes to DVD and digital at North Metro TV. $12 an hour for tapes. $30 an hour for film. Call 76323122803.
All right, we are here now at Centennial High School where we have the Buffalo Bisons versus the Centennial Cougars, and it should be a good match for tonight. And it is parent night here at Centennial High School, where parents were honored before the game. And one of the highlights for tonight's match. Here we go, and Kyle Massey had a big match on Tuesday at the Otana tournament to win. He beating the #1 ranked and 2nd ranked kid in the state, Mark Salar, heavyweight. And at the one of the matches to really look for here tonight will be against it will be the 189 pound, and it will be Kyle Massey against Holmberg. So Massey against Holmberg should be a good match tonight. And also we should be seeing at the 135 pound. Actually, at the 140
You'll have to cut us some slack here. We're working with limited light conditions.
Yeah.
How are you doing? This is Eric Otzelberger bringing you the I'm not play-by-play. I'm doing the color. And who is our fine play-by-play announcer tonight?
This is Jose Latu with play-by-play tonight. And
luckily, Jose, play-by-play, move-by-move, we might call it. Luckily,
right.
He's helping us out tonight. Otherwise, we'd be in a whole lot of trouble.
Whole lot of trouble is kind of we're trying to use the little screen here as a little monitor here as we're trying to get some lighting. Which is so just bear with us.
Jose, you're a wrestler, correct?
Correct. I'm on the injury list.
On the injury list,
what they call it.
What happened to you?
Well, I have a strained shoulder. I was wrestling at St. Francis and got my arm yanked pretty good over my head, and that did it for me. And out for a week. Back Monday. Hopefully back on Friday. So.
I hear you. I've been there. I used to be a wrestler and got a nice collarbone injury once. And
them are always nice.
Those are nice because they never heal.
Yeah, those are the ones where you keep the memories.
Yes, exactly.
Those are the ones that you keep in your head forever.
It still haunts me to this day. So, Jose, I guess in a lot of meets you've been wrestling, have they gone to this sort of gothic one light style here?
Well, actually, Chad Johnson, who's a terrific coach for Centennial, has
fine coach. Yep.
Fine coach. He has brought this team up to its feet, and he just got the idea. We're just gonna have something that it's gonna be traditional. He just wanted to put some tradition into the wrestling program and decided we'd just bring the light down and it's kind of a Gothic Centennial kind of tradition, I guess you could say.
It's very dramatic, very problematic for video, but we're professionals here at North Metro 15. Right. We have Kent and Kip. We're all set. But
the thing of it is, this is one thing that we really look at. It's the lights. When we really the light is what really hype us. It gets us into the mood of wrestling here at Centennial. It's the music is great, but the light is what does it. So
definitely, all eyes are on you.
Right.
When you're on that.
Yep. Sometimes that's good and sometimes it's bad.
So what year are you, Jose?
I am a senior here at Centennial, so I'll be hopefully looking for college here pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah.
So have you been wrestling for 4 years then?
I've been wrestling for 4 years since ninth grade.
So can you just describe to the viewing audience how Coach Johnson has kind of shaped up this program in the time you've been here, what you've seen happen?
Well, at the beginning when I first came here to Centennial, ninth grade, and I started wrestling, it was kind of like wrestling was really not popular here at Centennial. So the thing of it is, our team had one goal, and that goal was to win one match throughout the whole, through the whole season. And what it's kind of like all of a sudden you saw something in the team that just, it was amazing. Our team started getting some recognition, and we almost tied for conference champs and lost it to Totino Grace, and eventually
very successful season.
Very successful season. Just expecting to win one match.
Now we have one of the Massey brothers out here right now. Which Massey is this?
This would be Kyle Massey. Kyle Massey is a terrific wrestler.
What weight class is Kyle wrestling in?
Kyle is at 189 pounds.
189 pounds.
He's only a sophomore. He's been 189 pounds, wrestling varsity 189 pounds ever since he was in the middle school ever since he was in 8th grade.
Really?
And so, you know, he's kind of he's kind of a guy that we really look for. You know, it's kind of like we, last year, Josh Massey, who wrestled at 171 pounds, graduated, and it was kind of like we had the trio going on. Josh started winning, and then Jared Massey came, and then Kyle Massey came, and it was just one of those.
It's a Massey legacy.
It's a Massey legacy. They're one of Centennial's greatest trio.
And so far, a stalemate here, 0-0.
Yes, 0-0
30 seconds
here.
left in the first period.
Yes, and it looks like Kyle, and this is one of the matches that we are really paying attention to. It's one of the matches that we said at the beginning where it should be a really good match.
So any scouting on this Buffalo squad here, Jose? Are they coming in pretty tough?
Well, you know, as I've seen so far, you know, it's kind of like their 189 pounder for Buffalo. It's really good, and he's just trying to do like right now. He's trying to get the leg.
I'm trying to throw him.
I'm trying to throw him now, and I can say that Buffalo has come out very strong against Kyle Massey and the Cougars tonight.
Wow.
And that is the end of the first period, and we are going to the second period with the score still 0-0, and Centennial is 0 and Buffalo 0.
Has to be starting on top. I know the last match we did here against Spring Lake Park, Massey just destroyed his opponent, but looks to have a match here in this first match of this meet.
It's amazing. You get so many different kind of matches. Sometimes you'll do good against a guy. Sometimes you'll have a hard time against a guy. And but this year it's been a different. The wrestling rules have changed.
What are those changes?
Well, one of the changes is that now when we have a dual meet like we have tonight, the coaches will go and draw a number, and whatever number they pick, they start at their weight.
Yes.
So they picked at 189, so we start at 189 tonight. So, and here is Kyle now with
dominating on top.
Dominating
no
on
points
top.
Yet.
No points. The referees not calling anything yet. So
yeah, that random start really threw me off the last match. I wrestled in Wisconsin. I thought maybe it was some sort of Minnesota tradition here where it's like a lottery and you just start off at a weight class, because we started calling the meet we did before with the wrong individuals, because we thought they were just starting off at 103, and I thought, wow, those are some pretty beefy 103 pounders. But
well, to be honest with you, we actually were at a tournament last week at Owatonna last week, and we did pick numbers there, and we ended up picking that we were the number 3, so we were going to start at 103 pounds.
Sure. So,
and it was kind of like, one of those, things we might as well, pick a different number, but they decided, we'll just go with it. And but the rules are you go and pick a number, and since they picked number 89 tonight, and here is Kyle Massey.
What does Massey have going on there?
Now Massey's, he is trying to He's trying to do a cradle right here. He's spreading the leg.
Whoa.
He's spreading it good, and looks like he's getting back points. The referee is not going into count. He's given Kyle the count, and he has gotten 5 counts now, so now he will be getting 3 points.
It'll be a near fall.
As it will be a near fall. And Kyle eventually is just going to hold him there. And
now that's just sheer strength.
It is. You
can see that tricep bulging there.
And it is. And sometimes, from right there, that's when you go in, and then you try. If you can't get the guy like that, then you try to spread the legs. Then they'll make him just die a little bit.
Saved.
But right now, we're at the end of the second period.
Saved by the buzzer.
Saved by the buzzer. That's what we. And it is Kyle now leading 3-0 here for Centennial. Now
that's a 3
Kyle
big
from
points,
Centennial.
though.
Big 3 points against this match. In this match, this match is a good match, and 3 points is good for this match right now.
Definitely.
So Kyle is resting on a safe zone right now. Now he gets an escape which he gets 1 point. 1 point escape for Kyle Massey. And look at this, and now we have a near fall, another near fall. And boy, what an escape there.
So 189 pounder for Buffalo, pretty confident going for the takedown, trying to score some points. However, it worked against him there, and he finds himself back in the situation he was in at the end of the second period.
Holmberg he sure did fight out of that one right away. There was no doubt about it. He did not want to be on his back. And now Kyle being on top. Now he's leading 6-0 here in the third period with 1:17 to go. He's still done. I mean, look at him. He's just on top of this guy, and the Bison warrior, like what we would say, is trying to fight it off the bottom. Kyle now is half Nelson here, trying to get his guy to go on his back, try to turn him over right here. And Kyle's pushing hard now. And the thing, and you know, right here, he's taking him down. And you know, the key right there. He's really pushing him. He's pushing. The key right there, when you get that half Nelson, is always grab the wrist. And that's what Kyle's doing so well. And the Bison warrior, Holmberg, is trying to fight off the bottom.
He's doing a good job of sprawling, though.
He is.
He's still not in a very good situation.
Right.
But
and one thing, when you have a guy on his back like that, you want to be right on your toes. And there's
that's
the pin
the big
for Kyle
pin.
Massey. There's the big pin. And now Centennial will take a 6-0 lead here in the first round.
I'll tell you what, Jose, that was a hard-fought victory. I mean, 30 seconds left in the third period, and it started off as pretty much a stalemate.
It did, and
we're going to check out the replay from that.
Right, we'll get the replay right here. Look at Kyle. He's holding him tight, and he lifts. If you look there, he lifts the head, which kind of makes the guy, you know, he keeps the guy from marching when you lift that head, and that's what really got him right there.
Now, who's the baddest of the bad with the Massey brothers?
The baddest of the bad, I would say that would be Kyle Massey. Last year he was treated as the baby of the team, but now he's kind of like the animal of the team.
He is the animal, and he showed it there for sure.
He showed it right there, and he's quite a stud, like we say here at Centennial.
Now we have the heavyweight
Yes, we have the heavyweight, Mark Sala. And also Al Paulson.
Slapping going on.
Yep, Al Paulson. That's one thing with heavyweight. They always like to slap, and you're not going to see. You're probably not going to see.
A little arm action there.
You're not going to see any of these guys go for the legs.
No, it's going to be all upper body throws.
It's all going to be all upper body throws. Trying to throw the guy, and you see right here, he's trying to throw him. I mean, he's trying to get the arms. He's trying to spread the arms so the Bison warrior can't do anything against Sala. And once you get that hold, where we call the arm bars, that is one hold that you can just grab the guy and throw him.
Now, Sala, how much does he weigh in at? Do you know, Jose?
Well,
roundabout figure?
Around 225 pounds.
Okay.
And you know, this guy is
Really
amazing too. And you know, experience wrestling this guy in practice, he's all muscle.
You've wrestled Sala before?
I wrestled Sala before, and I tell you, the only time that I probably beat him if he has both broken arms. So that's the only time I'll beat Mark Sala for sure.
Gonna have to meet him in the parking lot beforehand.
Right, right. And
now, what kind of season is Sala having? Is he having a pretty good season?
You know,
so
he's
far?
having. You know, he had a rough start at the beginning of the season. He had a really rough start, but now, you know, he's kind of getting. You know, he's kind of getting into the season now, and he's wrestling hard. So
a lot of slapping going on so far.
Yes, a lot of slapping. And if you see how he just grabs the head and just yanks, and then you have the Bison warrior there trying to. Here we go. Mark Sala gets his
big move.
And Sala on top. And oh my goodness, Paulson's going to have to fight hard here. And Mark Sala has Paulson on his back.
And that's a pin
for Mark Sala. And that will get the Cougars started at a 12-0 lead. And my goodness, what a pin. You know, Paulson tries throwing Mark Sala, but Mark Sala, he just reversed, and that was a good match right there, getting his guy on his back. Good job, Mark.
I didn't think that was going to happen in the first period.
I didn't think so either. You really don't have. I mean, you don't have those very often. Sometimes for heavyweight.
There's an easy victory right there.
Here is Jason Gunderson getting the forfeit at 103 pounds. So now we have wrestled at 189 pounds and the heavyweight, and now we go down to the beginning of the roster at 103 pounds. And now here is Josh Philbrandt. And Josh Philbrandt is now wrestling at 112 pounds. And he'll be wrestling Tyler Reese. And
Reese. You'll have to forgive our pronunciation. We don't know these guys for sure.
Right, we don't know these guys for sure, but you know.
Wow, that was still trying to get over that heavyweight victory there. I
Yeah.
mean, it looked like it was going to be another sort of stalemate kind of match. And quick move
Yeah,
right
here,
there.
right there. Good job by Josh Philbrandt getting a takedown and
already.
getting 2+. Gets his guy on his back, and Josh Philbrandt,
There goes the headgear.
there it goes.
He's gotta
And Josh
tighten that headgear
Philbrandt
up.
is holding Tyler Reese, holding him, and for hopefully here, a pin, what he wants.
Oh, he's turning
So
back
Josh
into
Philbrandt,
it.
Yep, he's
turning back
it
into
it.
Reese. That's not.
And,
I mean, Reese is turning back into.
Yeah, and you know, on a situation when you're on the bottom like that, you want to get your arms through. You want to get your arms through and totally turn.
Uh-oh.
And it looks like
Gonna have a little stoppage here for the headgear.
A little headgear problem here, and we're gonna have a.
Gonna check out a replay.
Oh, okay. Here we go with the replay. Now look at Josh holding right there. Like I said, you want to get that arm through underneath, right there. See how he gets that arm, and that's what. And then you turn right away.
Mike Roller getting us close to the action right on the mat.
Good job there.
This is North Metro 15 Wrestling at its finest.
Yes.
So, Jose, where would you say is the strength of the Centennial team? Do you think it's pretty well balanced, or does it tend to favor the heavier weights or the lighter weights?
You know, it tends to go towards towards the heavier weights. You know, to be honest with you, we have it kind of goes in streaks. You know, our 103-pounder Jason Gunderson starts it off, and sometimes he'll start it off at a good start, and then we have Aaron Matheson and Tim Matheson, and then we have, and sometimes you know that's when we really get it going. And I'll say up towards the heavyweights, starting at 152 pounds and from there, and then that's where the Massey brothers come in. And that is it for the first period. Josh Philbrandt leading 5-0. And Centennial leading Buffalo Bison here by a score of 18-0.
Total domination.
Total domination. 3 pins in a row, back to back.
Are you calling the shutout?
You know what? At this rate, we do have some good matches coming on. So it's kind of hard to call a shutout right now. But here's Josh Philbrandt getting it to his back again. And it looks like
nice
Josh Philbrandt holding.
Crossface.
He's holding Tyler Reese down, and Josh Philbrandt holding Tyler Reese, trying to fight.
Reese is just trying to squirm out of there.
And that's all you can do really when you're like that, is try to keep the shoulder from going down. Josh Philbrandt, and right there, what you want to do is you want to lift the head up when you have the guy on the bottom.
You can see Philbrandt doing that, spreading his legs. Why is he spreading his legs?
He's spreading his legs because he doesn't want to get turned over. You have to be spread out. So, because if you have your legs together, it's going to be a lot easier for the other guy to turn. For Tyler Reese to turn, if Josh has his legs together, then Tyler can really turn right there. And one thing too that when you're in the bottom is to get you just want to get that left leg and hook the right leg of your opponent and try to flip him over. But he can't do that right now because Josh Philbrandt is holding his legs towards his head.
45 seconds to go to the end of this period.
45 seconds to go in the second period. And
Buffalo
boy, Tyler
Wrestler
Reese sure is holding down. He's holding on right there.
Reese is surviving.
Good
but
effort by Tyler
How
Reese.
much longer is it going to
How long? Right.
hold on for?
And I'm telling you, I've been in that position myself many times, and it gets tiring. And I've been on the top position too, and it gets tiring there. So
just a battle of wills at this point.
Just a battle of will. I think there's more will for the bottom. There we go, Tyler Reese almost getting out of the bottom, almost tried to getting that arm underneath. And you see here Tyler Reese fighting hard. Josh Philbrandt almost getting rolled over here quick. And here we go. Boy, the referee held that one, and it is saved by the buzzer again. And the referee did a good job there, trying to get a visual of what was going on in the bottom.
We're going to check out the replay of that. So close to a pin.
Such a close match. What a fight Tyler Reese put up there. And,
he's not giving up without a fight.
No, he's not. And when you're like that, it's kind of hard to really, to really get out sometimes. But here is Josh Philbrandt on the bottom position now. And good turnover, and it is out of bounds. Out of bounds. Boy, that was a
Reese
close
isn't
one.
giving up, that's for sure.
No, Reese is not giving up, and that's one thing. And that's what makes a good wrestling. You know, a good wrestler, you know, has heart and has the guts to wrestle 6 minutes.
Exactly, and to a lot of people who aren't familiar with wrestling, 6 minutes doesn't seem like that long of a time, but when you're in there, you're giving your all.
Oh, I mean, when you're in there for 6 minutes, it's so hard. I am telling you, it is hard.
I've played many sports, and it's definitely the most difficult sport I've participated in.
Oh,
and there's a
turnover.
Takedown or
yeah, it's a
reversal
takedown. It's a reversal takedown, and that would be 13-4. Josh Philbrandt leading now. He gets 2 points for that reversal there and the takedown. And
so is Philbrandt good? Is he going to just play it safe, you think, or do you think he's going to go for the pin?
You know, he's going to try
points?
going for the pin. Josh Philbrandt is trying to go to be all conference. He's 4-0 in the conference right now, and he's trying to really get there. And Josh Philbrandt,
came into
he's
that
going
one.
in there. What a pin by Josh Philbrandt. You know, it is an amazing story here. You know, Josh Philbrandt, you know, he's had to overcome a lot of obstacles. He only has one hand, and he's an amazing wrestler. Here at Centennial, we have the program Cougar Connection, and I was happy on doing a story on him, on a story on Josh, and here
check out the replay of that
check
pin.
the replay, and
look, Reese just comes into that.
Yeah,
I mean, he put the nail in his own coffin.
Yeah, and that's one thing. He just gave him the points right there.
Well, Philbrandt, yeah, I mean, wrestling's tough enough the way it is, but having a handicap and being as good as he is, it's quite amazing.
It is.
Moving on here, 24-0.
Yeah,
Centennial Cougars dominating.
And that is the 4th pin in a row.
4th pin.
And here is Mike Walrath at 119 pounds wrestling. It looks like Danny Reuter. Reuter here, and
Reuter hanging onto the leg, trying to
end
power through, and he does.
Yep, and right there is when you have those legs, you gotta toss them over to the side. And so
2
many
points,
guys, so many guys make the mistake of throwing those legs, trying to pick up the guy, and sometimes they get themselves in trouble. But Reuter there throwing them to the side. Yes, escape point for Mike Walrath.
So, you familiar with Walrath's technique, Jose?
You know, Mike Walrath, he has his days. He's a good wrestler, and you know, he's been a state contestant. You know, he's been to state individually, and you know, he's just an amazing wrestler. He's got his techniques. You know, one thing he does very well, he does shoot very well, and sometimes once he has you, I can warn you, once he has you on that half Nelson, you're gone.
He's turning you over, and your back's on the mat, huh?
You're done. So now we have here Kyle Massey winning at the 189 pound, and then Mark Sala winning at heavyweight by pins, both of those by pins. And then we had Jason Gunderson getting the forfeit, and then Josh Philbrandt getting the pin for the Cougars. And that made it all 24-0, and 14 seconds left here in the first period. And Reuter, he gets a takedown on Mike Walrath. And this is another one of the matches that you have to watch carefully. This is another good match.
This is one of the most important matches of the night. And this is a point where I think Buffalo really has to turn this momentum around. 4 pins in a row, and you're in trouble. I mean, you need to get something going here if you want to be in contention.
Yeah, and you know, it's not over for the Bison yet. They still have some tough wrestlers that
plenty of weights left.
Plenty of weights left.
But you're gonna have to score some pins though, I think here.
Yeah, and
you're not just gonna be able to go for the decision.
And that's one thing, when you wrestle Centennial, you have to get pins. You just can't live by just winning by points. You have to get those pins, which are worth 6 points. And here are the rules of wrestling. A pin is worth 6 points, and then just win by decision, that is 3 points, and 4 points, I'm sorry. And then when you have and then there's a technical fall where you have to win well, you have to lead your opponent by 15 points, and then that is an automatic win, and then that is worth 6 points as well. So
correct, and that's good you bring that up because there's a lot of folks that watch wrestling for the first time and are interested in it, but wonder how the scoring works and what the heck's going on, basically.
Yeah.
So it's good to get that out in the open there.
what did you say?
Our director is mumbling to us. I think he's telling us how great of a job Jose's doing and how I'm going to be on the bread line.
But
tomorrow.
I did think I did make a mistake about the rules here a little bit.
What mistake was that?
About the major decision. That is a 3 points.
Oh, it is 3. Okay.
3 points. Oh,
major is 4.
major is 4.
It's a good thing our
What's
director.
going on with me?
It's a good thing Kenton Kip knows what's going on. I mean, if he didn't keep us in line, it would just be anarchy up here.
Well, that's it's wonderful to hear when your director says you're doing a great job, and
It's a team effort
It's
here
a
on North
team
Metro
effort
15
here.
to bring you this, and it's 6-1 with Buffalo Wrestler dominating so far. We're in 2 takedowns and a reversal. Looks like he's trying to get the crossface on or trying to work something, but Centennial Wrestler coming to his base.
Yep.
Now, in a situation like this, Jose, do you try to come up? Do you go for the escape or do you go for the reversal?
At this point, you want to get points, so you want to get the escape, and then if you can, try to get the takedown, and you're just trying to get, you have to try to work from the bottom. You just have to try to get that escape. And here we go at the end of the second period. And now
6-1.
6-1. And it looks like Reuter is taking control of this match against Mike Walrath. And
Walrath's going to have to turn on the heat here in this last period, score some points.
That's right. And when you're like that down in the bottom, you wanna you want to have your first move before you go down to the bottom. You have to have your first move right away.
And it looks like trying to
And
gain control of the arm.
Right there. Yeah, one thing, is kind of, you want to, the major thing in wrestling is
Nice
you have
sprawl.
to try to keep control of the wrist. And right there, Mike Walrath giving a 2-point reversal, and that makes it 2-8 now.
2-8 got
Reuter
the escape point, but
from Buffalo now taking control here by an 8-2 lead. So 6
with
points.
the half Nelson in there.
6-point lead here now for
Trying to
Reuter.
push the head away and lock it up. But no such luck, and he's going to give him, pretty confident, giving him the escape point.
He's giving him the escape. Well, one thing, when a wrestler only gives an escape to an opponent like that when he knows that he can take him down. And right now, Reuter knows that he can, do something.
He's just playing him for points
He's just
right
playing
now.
him for points, and he wants to just he just wants to keep the play alive.
And it's strategy at this point, and I mean he pretty much has the match won. But you'd think you might go for the pin, seeing your team has had 4 pins against.
And at this point of the match, you want to play. You want to play it smart. You don't want to give up major points because really in wrestling, points do add up quickly. And Reuter here is just going to keep Mike Walrath down.
I don't think he's going to be able to turn Walrath over.
Walrath's
doing a good job of staying
Walrath
off his
does
back.
not get pinned. He doesn't get pinned. But Reuter here is really working Mike Walrath.
Time running out, 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left here in the third period.
Trying to get the cradle, but
And
that's not happening.
Reuter, he's leading now 12-4.
And it looks
he's
like
got
that's
an
how this
8-point
one will
lead, and that
end.
is it. And Reuter takes it, and that would be 4 points. Win by a decision here. And that is 4 points for a decision, as they had corrected us.
And you never like to lose, but
No, that's
at
one
least
thing.
at least you stayed off your back. I mean, there's a couple different levels of achievement here, I guess.
And here's one of the brothers, one of the Walrath brothers. There's Mike Walrath, and then there's the other Walrath.
This is the other Walrath. First the Massies, and now the Walraths.
Yep, that's
This is Kevin Walrath.
Kevin
I believe.
Walrath right here. And Dustin Koskolo from Buffalo here, and Kevin Walrath
in pretty deep there.
He's getting pretty deep. He's trying to get that leg. He's trying to pull it in, and then see right there. That's when you wanna, when you have that leg like that, you wanna let go of that leg sometimes, and you just wanna go and wrap him around the back and climb up like a ladder.
Yep.
But you know, by the look of this
is an interesting yoga position here.
It is. It is.
But he's just driving. He's driving in on it. Walrath isn't going to give this up, and it looks like the referee is going to stop this, I think, because of a dangerous position there. Walrath's neck looked in peril. Back to the center of the mat. Wrestlers lock up. Walrath wrestling right next to his brother. Is there a lot of competitions between the Walrath brothers, seeing they're so close in weight?
No, not really.
No?
No, there's, you know, one is younger, one has been in wrestling. Mike Walrath has been in wrestling longer than little Walrath there. And Kevin Walrath, you know, Kevin, he's got something coming for him. He's going to be a great wrestler in the future. And right there, you did not want to do that. You did not want to turn to your back. What you wanted to do is you want to push forward instead of just turning like that.
Pushing with all his might, trying to get over.
Pushing with all his might, but
he's
you know,
in a very compromising position.
He is right there. He's really in a tough position. Right there, Kevin Walrath trying to get out of the bottom there.
He's bridging hard,
He's bridging,
hard.
and that's what you want to do. You want to bridge. As soon as you bridge, you want to get then you want to get both arms underneath, in between you and your opponent, and then
he's
push
out.
up, and he's out of bounds. And that is a good effort, getting out of bounds, trying to save the points, trying to save that 6.
We're going to check out the replay on that.
Just look at this effort here by Kevin Walrath. I mean, he's on his back, he's fighting hard, and you know, one of the options he has here is to go out of bounds. And that's one thing you want to do. You want to go out of bounds in order to save those pins.
That was smart, very smart wrestling. You're on your back, you're in trouble.
Wrestling.
You're bridging out, you're trying to get out of it first, and he just kind of, with the bridge, kind of just inch by inch worked his way out of bounds. And looks like the wrestlers are cleaning up now. I don't know if we have some blood or
well, it looks
injury.
like it is. It is blood time, but we don't know who it is for. And it looks like it's just going to be given to both of them here. But yeah, you know, one thing you do not want to do in wrestling, you do not want to go to your back. You want to stay off your back as much as possible.
And if you get on your back, you got to get the heck out of there.
You know, I rather win. I mean, I rather lose by points than losing, you know, by giving up a pin. That is always disappointing.
Yeah,
and that is it for the
worst.
first period.
End of the first period after that short cleanup time. 5-0 Buffalo in this match. But Walrath, though, I want to emphasize what a great job he did getting out of there once he was on his back. He was pretty much out of luck. And the action begins in the second period here.
Okay.
Walrath on the bottom.
Yep, here's Kevin Walrath down
like
the bottom, and Costello is really, he's really working him from on top. And right there, did you see, he's trying to get the cradle, and there he has the cradle. And what you want to do right there is you want to straighten out that leg. You want to push with your leg and try to peel the hands as you're pushing with your leg. And that is a pin right there. And, you know, those are disappointing losses right there. But the Bison are happy with that match right there.
Well, like you said, Walrath is a pretty young wrestler, isn't he?
He's a really young wrestler. He's a 9th grader here at Centennial. Freshman, that is. And he's, you know, he still has some years under him. He still has some years under his belt. And here's the replay now. If you see that cradle, and right there, you really can't do much except trying to push your leg and get it straightened and peel that hand.
We were going to call him Houdini if he could have got out of that one too.
Right.
It's hard to get out of a compromising position once, twice in a match. That's a tall order. But like you said, he's a young wrestler, and if anything, this experience wrestling at this varsity level will do wonderful things for him later on.
Well, here's the story about Centennial. We have the 2 Massey brothers. We have the 2 Walraff brothers. And now we have the 2 Matheson brothers. So here's Tim Matheson. And then here's Aaron.
Whoa, upper body
Tim
throw.
Matheson. Oh my goodness, this can't be good for Centennial. But the Bison are sure going out strong. And this is another good match. And I'm telling you, this is a match where the coaches are really watching as well. And this is where it comes to this kind of matches, where you have 2 good wrestlers coming at each other.
Yeah, Matheson was a big takedown, but at least he got off his back in a hurry, and now trying to work up to a base. But
and Aaron Calf, he has the arm bar
in
there.
The arm, yeah.
He's threading the needle right there, and he's trying to throw him, and this is dangerous. And this can, that's a bad position to be in. But you know, when they have that arm like that, it is very impossible to get and roll out.
And a big pin for the Bison, 59 seconds into the first period.
And you know, when they have that arm underneath you like that, it's really hard to really get out of those. All you can really do is arch a little bit if you can and try to do the best you can to just get out. But
seems like Matheson was hit before he really knew what was going on.
Yeah.
It's really.
And just look at this replay here. He's trying to fight, but you know, when that arm is held underneath of you like that, my goodness, all you can try to do is try to roll if possible or try to arch. And that was a good pin by Aaron Calf, I'm sorry.
It came out very strong and had the nice upper body throw and working that arm bar, got the job done. And then all of a sudden it's 24-16, and this meet that started off very one-sided is now a lot closer. Now we're at
the 135 pound, and here's Dwayne Koski wrestling Mike Baker, and
thrown out of bounds.
And my goodness, Koski, they're coming out tough.
Koski's not messing around. Maybe he's aware that he needs to step it up here. Can't let the momentum keep going for Buffalo. Another pin.
Yeah.
And we're at a 1-match differentiation between this swinging to the other side.
And Baker here now getting now he gets a takedown.
2 points.
And Koski gives up the takedown, and now it's a 2-0 lead here for Baker.
Koski trying to get a strong base there, trying to get the arm and to his feet with
right
no
there,
problem.
And you know, right there is where you want to go towards the middle. If you want to get that escape point, you want to go towards the middle instead of trying to get out of bounds all the time.
It looked like he didn't have any problem getting to his feet, though. I mean, even though he ran out of bounds.
Yeah.
And right there,
yeah,
again,
right there.
just an
See,
explosion.
Right there. And you know, right there, in order, like Baker, what he's trying to do there, he knows that Koski, if he keeps Koski in the middle, Koski can get that escape. So he pushes Koski out to the outside, trying to get him out of bounds so he doesn't get that point. But Koski being very strong in the bottom, getting up and trying to make something out of it. Here he goes up to his feet again. Koski trying to get that escape, but is unable and is pulled down again by Baker.
Got to break those hands.
Yep, you got to peel those hands right around the waist there.
And he's trying to get control of it.
And you know, you want to lower your hips when you're like that. And you want to lower your hips and put your weight on both of those legs.
And there he finally got the escape point.
He got the escape point.
16 seconds left in this first period.
So what was your experience with wrestling?
My experience, I was a 152, 160 pounder. So went to state individually.
Wow.
In Wisconsin.
So Mr. State here.
I was Mr. State. Pay no attention to that. I lost right away.
And here's at the end of the first period here, and Centennial 24 and Buffalo 16. And Koski won, and then we have Baker leading with 2 points. So I'm sure it was a great experience for you to go to state and
It was a great experience because one thing I've noticed here in Minnesota, the couple wrestling meets that we've covered, is there's a really good crowd support. It seems like the parents and community in the school are really behind the wrestling team. And not that I didn't have that in Wisconsin, but it just wasn't as big. You know, wrestling's not as popular of a sport as basketball and others, but it seems here at Centennial that you guys have a really strong support group, and it's neat. But what was neat about State is it's such a large place. We're at the Madison Fieldhouse at UW-Madison, and there's just so many people, and you feel like you're at some WWF SummerSlam event or something.
Well, here's Baker getting a 2-point reversal during our conversation here. Now it is 1-4 Centennial. Koski here losing 1. He has 1 point and he's losing by 3 here, and he's trying to really get those points, working from the bottom right there. As we said, he's strong with his legs, but he's gotta get up and peel those hands. Well, you know, one thing now, the wrestling, state for state wrestling,
yes.
And it seems like pretty much every state competition for high school is now held at the XL Energy Center, and it's no longer at the Target Center.
And the XL Energy Center is one nice facility. Have you been in there?
Oh, well, we were there last year for.
Oh, yes.
And just
you
to
guys
say,
were.
Centennial was at the state tournament, taking 7th last year and losing a tough one to Owatonna.
I remember that great Cityscope story on you guys about how you went to state.
Yeah, it was. And I'm telling you, the excitement of the team. And
that had to be a huge moment for you guys.
It had to be a huge moment because, I mean, that was the 2nd year in a row going to state. And when you go to state the first year, there's kind of pressure from the school to go back to state and kind of do something for the wrestling program there. And here is Koski. Wow, what a...
I don't think he's going to get him with that, but...
That was a nice roll there by Baker to get Koski to his back. But Koski escapes and gets 1 point. 1 point for an escape, and that is a 2-6 now. With Baker leading by 4 from Buffalo.
Baker's really playing the out of bounds on Koski. Every time Koski gets up and is about to turn it around, he's thrown out, and that's the end of the 2nd period there. 2-6. But yeah, the XL Energy Center, that must have been quite a place to wrestle.
Oh.
We're starting this 3rd period off here with wrestlers on their feet.
You know, one thing I gotta say, I'm a great fan of Cityscope.
You're a great fan of Cityscope. It is a wonderful show, isn't it? those producers, they do a fine job. Just as Koski's doing here, trying to turn it in. The crowd's really behind him.
Right there, you want to try to climb up right away.
Ooh.
When you have him sitting down like that and you're on top, you want to climb up try to get up his back. And Koski wrestling him hard. And one thing you see in Koski right now, he does not want to give up. He wants to get as many points.
I'm going to check out a replay.
And here's the replay. And see right there, that's where you want to climb up, right there.
Yep.
See how he has his hand behind his back right there? That's where you want to climb up and try to push him to his back if it's possible.
Correct.
And get 2 points. But Koski's not giving up.
Koski's a fighter here.
Yes, he is.
He's got to score some points pretty quick, though.
He's got to get up to his feet. You cannot stay down on your knees like that. You got to get up right there. You got to stand up and try to throw the body across you and try to get to his back. And
so Jose, 1 minute left in the 3rd period. You're down by 4. What do you do?
Right now, what you try to do is you try to play smart. You try to look for that takedown. You want to go for the leg. You want to look for the opportunity to shoot for the leg and hopefully get a takedown right there. See right there, Koski's going for the leg.
Yep.
That's what you want to do. But you want to go into it hard, and you want to try to get those takedowns. And you don't want to give those points up. And
45 seconds left.
But Baker's wrestling them hard too.
And that's a tough order when you're at this point in the period where your energy's at its lowest.
It is.
You got to turn it on from somewhere.
And I'm telling you, 6 minutes gets you tired really easy.
Got to kick in the reserves.
Wrestling is a sport where you keep moving the whole time. If you don't move the whole time, then it's kind of like you're not doing much. And Baker trying to
and he's behind. Break him down.
That's 2 points. That's one thing you do not want to give up. That's pretty much sealed. Yeah, with 8 seconds left in the third. Yeah, you
Time
want
running out.
Yep, and you want to try to get at least 1 point from the bottom right here. And nice try by Koski.
He'll do it.
That was a great match. I'm sure his team is not disappointed with Koski. He saved them a pin. He saved them points.
That's that big point. Seeing
points.
Buffalo's kind of turned it on here in the last couple matches.
And that's
you
one
don't
thing.
want to give those points up.
And that's one thing. You do not want to give the pins, And if he lost by points, you can't be disappointed by that. He's better than giving that pin. So. And it looks like Centennial has a full house tonight.
It is
and
packed.
It is
here.
packed.
Like I was saying before, I'm just amazed at the support you guys have here.
Well,
for your wrestling program.
Wrestling has become a very big thing here at Centennial, and it's something that a lot of the fans come out and fans from the school come out and watch. Wrestling is something that they really look for.
It's not letting go of that head, which is very smart.
So here's one of the brothers.
Is this one of the Mathesons?
This
now?
Is Aaron Matheson. He's
Matheson.
140 pounds, and we had Tim Matheson, who wrestled at 130 pounds, and now we have Aaron Matheson, who's wrestling at 140 pounds.
Matheson, what year is he?
Matheson, he is a senior.
Nice.
And that is
nice down. If he can just drive that.
Nice pick of the ankle there. He picked the ankle very well.
That was a nice little sequence there.
Centennial is, it's quite a wrestling program. And Buffalo is such a great wrestling program too. You have 2 great wrestling programs wrestling face to face here, and
not
you
letting
can't
go of that leg.
No, not letting go. And what you want to do right there is you want to pull that leg in. You want to pull it in to your chest and try to sweep the leg. But sometimes you're
not going to give him that escape point.
No, and sometimes you get guys who are really jumpy. They're
doing a little Irish jig with one leg.
Right.
It's hard to keep a hold on that leg.
I don't know. I wasn't hearing any polka music, so I don't know what that was. But
Matheson trying to work the arm, trying to get him over.
Yeah, he's trying to bar that arm there. And
the arm bar is such a fantastic move. It's quite simple, but it gets the job
It all
done.
depends. It all depends. If you're doing it, it's a great move. If it's being done to you,
it's a very painful move.
In wrestling,
depending how you get turned.
Right. In wrestling, one thing is, you better do unto them before they do unto you, because them guys, if they do a move on you, man, you're done. So you want to get that move on. You want to get a move on your opponent first.
Exactly.
And get some points. And now at the end of the first period here,
just 2-0 with that nice takedown Matheson had. Looks like Matheson will start off on the bottom.
And Matheson is also a state wrestler. He went to state last year, 2 years in a row.
Really?
In fact. So did Kyle Massey, also the 189-pounder at the beginning of the match, also a state competitor.
How good do you think are Centennial's chances for going back to state, three-peating, returning to state this year?
And there's another great leg there, another great pick of the ankle there by Aaron Matheson.
Matheson is tenacious.
Nice. He is. And the thing about Aaron is, you never know what he's going to do, no matter if you sometimes, you think he's going to do one thing, he does another.
As that takedown, the takedown in that first period, he was up high and thought he was going to go for a body throw and drop down, got the leg, and got the job done, and now it's 4-0.
And looks like it's going out of bounds. Okay, to answer your question, I think Centennial has a good chance of going back to state, but, we still have a couple matches coming up here, and we still have a long ways to go before we can really say, I think Centennial will go to state if they keep working hard and if they keep working as they've been doing. And the only loss we have right now is to Owatonna, the second. They took second in state and ranked 17th in the nation. And Centennial didn't do too bad against them, But one thing is, and here is a referee explaining something to the coach of the Bisons here.
I was wondering what was happening there for a second, having a little conference. And check out a replay.
Yep. Oh, that bar there.
Is that what they were discussing?
Okay, if you look at this move right here, when he's bringing, yeah, I don't see what.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that little discussion was
right
about.
there either. But
we're back to the match here,
and Aaron is going back out. He's leading right now. In the second period was a minute to go. He's leading 4-1, and Centennial still remains in the lead. Was 24-19.
Trying to turn him over here, almost trying to flip
almost.
him.
And you got to be careful sometimes when you do that move.
A pseudo suplex
and,
or something.
looks like we have an injury here. This it looks pretty bad. We'll see what's going on here.
It must have been from when he was trying to flip him over. He kind of, I think, had the pressure on his neck, and he's coughing. I think just maybe hit the Adam's apple. We're going to take a look at that, see if we can check out what exactly happened.
You see Aaron going for the leg there. Good job.
Look, just trying to crank him
just
over. And did he have the lock? Did he have it like around his chin? Kind of a chin lock?
No, he had a half Nelson. He had, but right there.
I think his arm was wrapped. It was wrapped around and got him in the Adam's apple.
Yeah. And it looks like he cranked the head a little bit. Sometimes sometimes those neck muscles can get pulled too.
Now, Centennial Wrestling, as far as your practicing and your warm-ups, do you do a lot of neck bridges or exercises to loosen up that neck?
You know, that's one thing a coach lets us do ourselves. He lets us warm up, stretch ourselves. He encourages to stretch out hard, to stretch as good as you can, and try getting your neck muscles, to really loosened up and get them stretched. It is very important to get that. Those muscles loosened up, And
the neck is very vulnerable in wrestling.
And, in wrestle, there's a lot of twisting.
A lot of twisting, a lot of turning.
I got injured by getting my arm twisted good, and it's dangerous, but.
So just trying to be in tip-top condition and flexible and just having those muscles warmed up. It's very important.
And one thing about wrestling is, it teaches you how to have discipline in life, really. Sometimes some wrestlers they have to lose 10 pounds in a week, and some guys even do it in 2 days. And it takes discipline, and coaches really advise you to do it in a healthy way. If you can't lose that much weight, don't even try.
Exactly.
But some guys have enough discipline to do it, and here we go, Aaron Matheson.
2 points awarded before the end of the period with the takedown there. 6-1 coming into the third.
6-1. It's still not safe to be there. I mean, there's plenty of time left.
Plenty of time. Still anyone's match.
It's still anyone's match. Right
Matheson's
there, Aaron
been in control here.
Trying to do the duck over. He's trying to duck under and get that leg. He right there trying to do the trip, and right there he takes the take. He gets a takedown. 2 points.
And he's just gonna let.
He's gonna let him go. See right there. Now they're using strategy. So you know that there's. Aaron's planning on just keeping it safe.
He's keeping it safe. He's gonna go for what's pretty much a sure thing at this point. He's been dominating the match.
Right.
Buffalo wrestler needs 6 points to come back, but
when you're dominating that much, you might as well go for it.
Matheson's been dominating the takedown.
And then look at this. He's going to try.
He breaks.
Oh my goodness! I thought he was going to try some kind of a bar to bar the arm there quick.
You are right though. Matheson is a fun wrestler to watch. He is.
Yes, he is.
You can almost see his mind in action, and just by the different things he's trying, or sometimes attempts to try and then goes to something else, and he keeps you guessing.
Well, and one thing with Aaron here, it's he looks relaxed.
Very relaxed.
He doesn't look like he's worried about anything. He's just out there and is very relaxed.
Which is a tough thing to do when you're battling as hard as you can against another individual.
No.
20 seconds left in this third period.
I don't know what that was all about, but
you're getting some interesting.
And look at the excitement of the coaches. They're excited, and they're just
7 seconds left.
7 seconds, and Aaron Matheson keeping it tight. 2 seconds. 1. And that is it. And Aaron Matheson takes the win for Centennial. And it is now, he ended up with 13 points. And by a major decision here, Aaron Matheson. And my goodness, what a match.
That was
what an exciting match to watch.
And Matheson almost drove it home there at the end.
And here's Terry Byron at 145 pounds. You know, I've had to go from, you know, in the last 3 matches, I started at 152 and I've gone to 145 now.
Really?
And this is my match to watch right here. Terry's doing a great job. He's a great wrestler. And
so you've wrestled Terry a lot in practice, I take it?
I wrestled Terry at practice. He has his days, and I have my days.
I think we all have our days. Aren't many people that don't. So what are Terry's strengths?
Terry's strengths, I gotta say, it's, you know, it's really hard to say because he's another wrestler that just surprises you sometimes. But I think to be honest with you, I think his best strength is keeping the guy down, and he's not gonna, he's not gonna let him up. And sometimes he's a tough wrestler to wrestle when he's on top of you.
Polka going
yeah,
on
he's a little bit of polka.
And gets out.
Ooh, my goodness,
that's where you have to stretch those groin muscles.
Right.
Out.
Here's the replay. Yeah, right there. If you see how he spreads the leg right there, that is not good. And Terry jumping there trying to get that leg to go underneath of him so he doesn't get tripped. But see, here's Terry.
Are you aware of anyone on your team that can do the splits?
Oh, you know. No!
Because that would be a good skill to have.
Yeah, that's one. I don't think we have anybody that can do the splits.
But that's pretty tough flexibility.
Yeah.
The main thing is you're flexible enough not to get hurt.
Yep.
And we're seeing a lot of the outside of the ring. And Terry slapping himself in the face there.
He's trying to get himself. He's saying, "Wake up, Terry."
So does the Centennial team in general have a pretty easy time maintaining weight, or is there a lot of kind of last-minute attempts to drop weight before the weigh-in?
You know, sometimes we have the last minute. Sometimes, you know, we have a guy that has to lose a pound, and we have an hour before weigh-ins, and they have to go run out in the wrestling room. And sometimes we have guys that are 0.6, 0.5 over, and I'm telling you, once you get weighed in, you dig that cooler. Yeah. You find what's good for you, that's for sure.
So what's the big culinary treat, I guess, the wrestlers have? I know I never had a problem maintaining weight, but a lot of my friends did that were on the team, and they would put on their snowmobile suits, run up and down steps for about 20 minutes, and sweat off a couple pounds, and then go down a foot-long steak and cheese sub.
You know, that is still the tradition here at Centennial. That's one thing the wrestlers do great. Soon as, right before the weigh-in, they go down right down the subway, and they try to find the best sandwich around, and well, you know, and.
Note, this match is not being brought to you by Subway.
No, it is not being brought
sandwiches,
to you. But
sandwiches tend to be the wrestler's food of choice, I guess.
What's your favorite sandwich?
I enjoy turkey myself. It's
turkey.
You know, lean and tasty.
You know,
how about you?
I would have to say roasted chicken breast.
That's a good one too.
With lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles, and olives, and green peppers, and lots of jalapenos.
You got to get the jalapenos. That adds the real flavor to the sandwich. So one thing that I've always I've experienced or seen, you know, and maybe people not familiar with wrestling aren't aware of this, but you have these guys who are losing this weight, and then before they're about to take this period of extreme physical exertion in these matches, they eat this huge sandwich, and sometimes that can come up. Has Centennial had any problems with that this season?
No, it has not had any problems. I haven't seen anybody throwing up on the mats yet.
That's good. You got to have strong
yeah,
stomach.
You know, but when you are cutting like 10 pounds in a week, and you're not eating very much, you have to be careful how much you take in, because you know you can get weak from eating too much because you haven't been eating for a week, and your metabolism just goes crazy, and you have to be very careful when you know when you're losing weight and you go back and you just binge eat, and you know it's a very serious thing. And
That's true. 1 minute left in the second period here. 2-0 Buffalo up. And we're seeing more of the outside of the ring compared to the inside.
Yeah, Benzer taking the lead here on Terry Byron. Low scoring, 0-2. And here's Terry trying to keep him down. He's trying to get that. He's trying to get that arm, break that arm, try to get him down, and you gotta try to push forward and try to get him to his stomach so you can work a half to get a wrist and a half, or even, you know, or even try a cradle.
He's got to go for the near fall at this point, and with 30 seconds left in the period, got to turn him over fast.
You know,
before the third.
It's only the second period, but you want to get as many points as possible.
And you don't want that to happen. One escape point there.
Yeah. You have to keep your guy down. If you're gonna let your guy up, you better be sure that you gotta work back and get those and get that point. And sometimes it ends up, you know, you end up getting 2 points, and that's when you really want to keep the guy down. You don't want to give up that point up again. And Terry just moving with it, and it's at the end of the second period here. It is 3-0.
Terry's going to start off in the bottom here. He's going to have to get a big escape and takedown, and this is all tied up.
Terry's down by 3. You know, he's going to have to fight hard, and right there, you do not want to go to your belly right away. You want to try to get up, and see right there, good job by Terry. You want to try to peel those hands. If you can't peel them with your own hands, you got to peel it with your elbow and try to get pressure. And there, right there, giving the, he almost gave the 2-point. He almost gave that takedown there.
He had the
very
escape,
dangerous.
Buffalo was right back in on him and almost got the 2 points.
Well, you know, Terry did a good job by keeping his body in movement. So
both of these wrestlers using the out-of-bounds area to their advantage too in this match.
Yep. And
very aware of where they're at on the mat, which is a good thing.
And that's one thing, you want to be aware where you are if you're going to do a good move. You have to know where you are, because if you're on the outside, you know, like. And there we go, out of bounds again.
And there's a lot of strategy in wrestling, maybe to a lot of people who aren't used to watching it. It seems like just a battle, a pretty simplistic battle between two wrestlers, but there's a lot of strategy in it. And if you're a good thinker, you're going to be a good wrestler, if you're in good shape too.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
But being able to make some quick decisions.
You know, for wrestling, I think you have to be smart and you have to be quick.
It's a combination of so many things, so many attributes.
It is, you know, there's some good things and there's some bad things about wrestling.
And there you go.
And there's Terry getting 2 points. My goodness, he's gotten 2 points there.
And it's all tied up with
50 seconds in the third period. He did such a good job by getting, and you know, right there is where you have to work. And now it looks like strategy now, a strategy time here. Terry's going to let his guy up.
Really?
He's telling the referee, I'm going to let him go.
He's going to have to go for the takedown, and that would be the win here. He's got to shoot it. And this is I think this is a very important match right here, very important point.
And you know, this is the point where you have to look at the map. You have to look at the time. You have to look you have to be able to look at what you can do in that amount of time. And
30 seconds left. Terry's going to have to shoot, otherwise he's going to wish he didn't make that decision.
And you know, he's going to have to really shoot for those legs.
This is where you have to come
even if you can't get that leg, you have to try to get the leg. If you want to see right there, and Terry maybe can turn him around. He's got a crossface hard here, and yet
15 seconds, but now he has the leg.
Yeah, he's got the leg right there.
Time running out. 10 seconds.
10 seconds. And you know, you got to wizard that. You have to wizard.
4, 3, 2, and it looks like it's going to run out.
And it runs out of time. What a close match right here. My goodness. What a disappointing match for Terry. It's got to be a disappointing match.
3-4.
He wrestled so hard and yet being short of a point. Terry wrestled extremely well.
So hard. And you have to ask yourself, is he wishing he didn't give him that escape point? I mean, he seemed pretty confident that he was going to be able to get that takedown, but
yeah,
is he?
Here's the replay.
He's second guessing himself now.
And right there, you know, Terry giving up that leg right there, and then
there's nothing he could really do at that point.
There's nothing you can do.
And that's a big cycle.
And right there, all you can hope is that the leg and that the time will just run out.
And now we're starting off this match here. Are we at 145 or 152?
We are at a 152, and this would be
and right away,
Justin Nygaard taking down.
Taking it to the streets.
And taking down Denault. Denault is, my goodness, I'm
trying to drive that half Nelson, trying to get him over.
You know, that's a big surprise when you come into the match right away and right away ending up on your back. It's got to scare you sometimes.
That was like within the first 10 seconds he dropped him.
Yeah, and I mean, it's already 2-0 right away. And right here.
And Centennial needs this.
And yes. Here's Justin Nygaard.
He's turning that over. He's putting that weight over his shoulders. And that's it.
Pin. What a pin by Justin Nygaard. And increasing the lead here at 34-22. And that was a fast pin. My goodness.
Only 43 seconds.
43 seconds into the first period. And Nygaard coming in and doing the job. Here's the replay.
Look
at
huge.
him just taking him right there. And you know, one thing there, he kept his chest to his opponent's chest and tried to pin him right there.
You have all that weight on you. It's hard to keep those shoulders off the mat. All it takes is
Denault giving up the pin.
All it takes is just a fraction of a second. And now, the meat was only separated by 1 pin, 6 points. But now we're at
back
12.
to where we were before. And here is Mike Farber. Mike Farber. Another wrestler another wrestler to watch for next year. He's such an amazing wrestler. And
this is 160, correct?
Brandon Snare, yep. Brandon Snare from Buffalo against Mike Farber here from Centennial.
Now at this point, Jose, if my math skills are correct, Buffalo needs to pin these. There's 2 matches left. There's one left besides this one, and they need 2 pins here to tie.
They need 2 pins at least. I mean, you know, they're going to have to find a way. You know, Centennial, I mean, the Cougars are now coming up to their weights. They're coming up to their
where they come on strong in
where
their upper
they come
weights,
on strong on their upper weights.
And I noticed that in the last match that against Spring Lake Park that North Metro 15 did. They're unstoppable in their upper weights. Centennial is just unbelievable.
They are. And see right here now, Mike Farber with the wizard. And you do not want to give up that wizard. You do not want to reach for the head right away. I mean, right there, you're just giving the guy the key to just go in and just take you down and getting the 2.
2 points there and trying to work up a base, getting that leg out there. Just trying to power out of this one.
And that's all you can do. You want to try to get out of the bottom as best as possible. And right here, Mike Farber, and this is what we call. And when a guy's like that on you, you want to try to kind of shake him off of you and try and what we call get out the back door, and get out from behind.
Yep.
And Mike Farber was trying to do so, but
Farber is he pretty strong? You ever wrestled Farber?
Yes, he's a very strong kid, and I'm telling you, he's a very strong kid. And here's Nair trying to, my goodness, he almost, with a strong crossface. And here's Farber. Look at Farber. He's trying to break that arm. Farber gets 2 points right here.
There we go, right before the end of the period.
Way to work for those 2 points at the last second. Good job by Mike Farber. He kept wrestling. And now we're going into the second period here tied score between Mike Farber and Snare from Buffalo here.
And you made a good point, Jose, of going right up to the buzzer, and I found myself it's good not to look at the clock if you're in the heat of battle, I guess we'll call it. I mean, you just go as hard as you can, and you just.
Unless you feel like you have a good enough lead, then that's when you want to look at the clock.
That's when you play the clock. Correct.
That's when you play the clock smart. And Mike Farber trying to break his man down. And look at him right there. Mike Farber still trying to get that back points right there. Has it, almost had it, and he gets 2 points. It is 4-2. Mike Farber from Centennial. There it comes, a half Nelson. Mike Farber getting back points. My goodness, Mike Farber sticks some right there. My goodness, what a match by Mike Farber. It is unbelievable. I mean, that move came in right away. And right there, it was just a right-away pin. Good job by Mike Farber keeping his opponent down. And then look at the replay here. We can look at the replay. Look at right there. Mike Farber felt like he was in trouble, getting him down and pulling him over with the arm. Right there, he grabs the wrist and then does a half and puts him to his back.
Half in there.
Right there. Good effort by Mike Farber. And now here's Jared Massey. Brother of Kyle Massey, the 189-pounder who started this whole thing off, was a great pin.
And are they choosing not to wrestle because of the storm?
And it is, I don't know, but Jared Massey coming out with a forfeit, and Centennial wins it tonight by a score of 46-22. And the Cougars with another victory under their belt.
Well, I want to tell you, Jose, that was just a fantastic meet, and I'm surprised that Buffalo didn't decide to wrestle their 171-pounder.
Well, by what it looks here,
did they have someone?
Yeah, they did have Adam Lund, the senior, but he was not able to get anything. So, but
all right.
Jared Massey going with the forfeit, and Centennial going out with the win, 46-22. And
tell the people who you are, Jose.
I am Jose Latu,
and I am Eric Otzelberg, and you've been watching wrestling on North Metro Channel 15. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, what's the score?
It is 46-22. Centennial with another win under their belt, and good night, everybody.
No, don't stop her rocking!
Trust that girl, she's up to no good. She'll mess with you like no